Hi friends, welcome to the channel Learning R is Fun. In our previous videos, we have covered basic data types of R such as vectors, lists, matrices, arrays and data frames. We have also seen the importance of functions and control structures available in R and how to exploit them. In this video, we will have a look at the data sets which come along with R for exploring the various data handling features of R. Datasets come with the software for demonstrating and trying out features of the language. These datasets have been actually obtained from real-life situations and experiments. In our introduction to R video, we have seen one such dataset, namely trees. This dataset gave three variables, namely girth or diameter, length and timber for 31 felled black cherry trees. About 100 datasets are installed along with R. Many others come along with various packages. They would be available after we install the packages using install.packages command, function, and after loading these packages into memory using library function. R provides some functions to help us view the list of datasets readily available, and those come along with packages. Before we can see these commands in action in RStudio, let us get to know some of these datasets. Empty cost data comprises fuel consumption and 10 aspects of automobile design such as miles per gallon, horsepower, number of cylinders, etc. and performance for 32 automobiles 1973-74 models. This data is available in standard data frame format with columns representing the variables and rows representing data pertaining to each model. Sunspots are areas that appear dark on the surface of the sun. They appear dark because they are cooler than parts of the sun's surface. The data is available in the form of univariate time series containing 289 observations. The sunspots observation help the scientists to predict weather and many interesting information about electromagnetic influence on our systems by the sun. Regularly updated yearly sunspot numbers are available in their website in the Royal Observatory of Belgium. By the way, you may be surprised to know that the largest ongoing physical experiment in the world is observation of sunspots by enthusiasts over 400 years. Titanic is an R package containing datasets in the form of arrays providing information on the fate of passengers. The maiden voyage of the ocean liner was fatal. The dataset is summarized according to economic status, that is class, sex, age and survival. These datasets are often used as an introduction to machine learning on Kaggle website, the world's largest data science community with powerful tools and resources for data scientists. Anscombe dataset helps us to understand why visualization is important. Anscombe's quartet is showing 4 datasets that have identical statistical properties can indeed be very different. Data distribution in the 4 cases is completely different from each other, as we can see from the dots scattered across the graph in different patterns. But mean, variance, correlation coefficient R and the regression line is same for all these 4 sets of data. Now that we have got to know some of these data sets, we will go to RStudio. We will start our session using the first statement at line number 3, data. Data is the function. In the left pane, we can see there is a new tab or datasets, and we are having a list of data sets already loaded into the memory. Basically, these are from almost different walks of life. We can see air passengers, there is monthly airline passengers numbers in 49 to 60. EU stock markets, that is a daily closing prices of major European stock indices. Hair eye color, it's another website, another data set. Insect sprays, Nile, flow of the river Nile. Plant growth, results from an experiment on plant growth, and various different subjects. Now, we'll introduce a interactive method. So, for which we go to the help tab. here we select the home icon, we come down, we pick up packages under reference. Here we need to look for datasets. These are packages basically, but we need to look at the datasets package. We can select this datasets or dataset package. We will select this link. Now we have got alphabetical listing of all the datasets. Say for example Anscombe, got the details, the format, the source, and the references and some examples. Similarly, we can see empty cars also. So we can go to empty cars, motor trend car roads. So you can select this. You can see the details of the empty cars. We got the sample code also. We got the explanation for the variables and general metadata. We can also see sunspots. So for which we'll go to ES, and we are having sunspots here. So monthly mean relative sunspot numbers from 1749 to 1983, quite a large amount of time. Now we'll go back to the script. We can also ask what is the data set by asking question mark empty cars like this. So we get to know what is motor car. The details are available here. Similarly, we can ask what is Titanic, and we get the details of this in the help pane. Now we'll go to packages tab here. In the packages tab, there are two libraries. One is the user library, another is system library. R is taking some time to load. This is user library. Now we'll go to system library, in which we find datasets here. Now we have located the datasets. We will uncheck this and see the effect. When we uncheck the datasets package, we get a command issued here, detach package datasets, and load is true. So under this circumstance, suppose we ask what is sunspots. In the console, we are seeing object sunspots not found. Suppose we check it back, datasets, then the command is library datasets and then the location. So basically datasets package loads all the datasets into the memory. So when they are in the memory, we need not load them into the environment, and straight away we can make queries and find out what's it all about. Sunspots, we are able to get this. Suppose we want to load this into the environment, then we have to use data and then sunspots. You can select this. Now we enter. Now we see sunspots is there in the environment, but against a promise. Basically R says that I am ready to execute commands pertaining to sunspots if you give. Okay, now we'll give one such command, say head, we'll ask sunspots. This is the data set from where I want to take the data, and I want first 10 lines. Okay, now when I issue this, the moment I issue this, then R shows now the promise is now converted. Now we have got the data already available in the environment. Time series 1 to 2820 data from this period to this period. Basically, first 10 data we are getting. Suppose we want to extract a particular data set from a package. So let's take an example. Data package is equal to rpart. For this command to be effective, rpart should have been installed. In my PC, I have done the installation using install.packages within quotes rpart. So rpart is a package. So I have to now load the data sets available in this. So before that I want to see what are these. So let me execute the command from here, control enter. Now I am seeing these are the data sets available in the rpart package. One such data set is solder. Suppose I ask what is solder. No documentation for solder in specified packages and libraries. You could try double colon solder. Okay. But if I load this rpart into memory, then what happens? So I will say library rpart. To load this into the memory, I have to use this. You can see this in this particular listing also. rpart will be available. And then rpart we can click here, that also brings up this command. Let me remove this from here and then let me check it here. So I am getting library rpart. So library rpart has now loaded the rpart package into the memory. Now we should be able to see. So let us issue that command. Now we are getting the details of the solder. Because now the package is in the memory, we are able to see this. We want to see the data, then we have to simply type solder. And you can see the data is available. So these data sets individually are available in the rpart package. They are not available in the base package. When we load rpart into the memory using library, then these data sets are available. Now we'll see some running example of how to utilize the data set available. We'll take this tooth growth. We are getting the data, but let's ask what is tooth growth. Tooth growth basically is an experiment. Response is the length of odontoblasts, cells responsible for tooth growth. In 60 guinea pigs, each animal received one of 3 dose levels, vitamin C 0.5, 1 and 2 mg per day, by one of the 2 delivery methods. One is by orange juice, other is by ascorbic acid, a form of vitamin C, and coded as VC. This is the data. You get the length, numeric, that is tooth length. Supplement factor. Factor is a method by which categorical data is arranged in R. We will have a separate session on that. Numeric is the double data type, that is the dose in milligrams. So length, the supplement and the dose. Now we are going to see one plot, the conditional plot which we have already seen in the introduction. Length as a function of dose, and then the supplement is the conditional variable. For each supplement variable, what is the relation between the length and the dose? This data we want to plot, so that is why this is a conditional plot. The conditional expression is given using the vertical bar. Data is tooth growth, and xlab is the legend which we give below the x-axis, ylab naturally for y-axis. So tooth growth data, length versus dose, this is what we want to give at the bottom of the chart. So let's see the chart. This coplot is a function which is available in the graphics package. So you can see that also here in our help. Suppose I write here coplot. Then ask for it. I see coplot is mentioned within graphics. Basically graphics is the package. Now this package of graphics has already been loaded. So I need not write library graphics again. So you can see here data says graphics already loaded. Otherwise I have to use this command. Now let me issue this coplot command. Figure margins are too large because we don't have the what is called requisite height here. So let us try this once again. we are getting it. So let us zoom it. Here we are able to see this better. So tooth growth data, length versus dose, that is given type of supplement. Type of supplement is here. For this type of ascorbic acid supplement, you can look at this, and for the other type, you can see this. So basically, R is helping us to experiment with the data and then form conclusions. Experimenting and understanding the code examples provided under dataset information helps us to improve our understanding of R as well as the subject of data science. Feel free to open up popular datasets and understand the variables in them. Another method is to generate data of our own and play with them. In this video, we have learnt about inbuilt datasets which get installed with R. Then we saw how to access them and get some information about them. We also saw that packages do come with their own datasets and how to access them. In our next video, we will see some interesting ways of generating experimental data using some R functions. Till then, bye from me. Thanks for watching.